Foothills Trapper here, live on the scene. We just saw a coyote over there, and I tried to get close enough to shoot him, but I couldn't. Anyhow, it was a coy dog. It was part red wolf, and they migrated from Canada, and they big. I mean, he looked big from here, so I know he was big. It's about 150 yards away. I'm gonna show y'all how to do a dirt hole set for a coyote. You can kind of see the trail that I got here. You know, you just find and get it real good and clean. Of course, it ain't super clean yet, but I'm gonna get it that way. And then you find out like where a mound of dirt is, or the side of a bank, or sometimes you'll see a root growing out of the ground. That'd be a good place right under that root. And it's supposed to symbolize a rat, you know, from the field over there, running over here and digging a hole. But in this case, we're gonna symbolize a rabbit. In other words, we're gonna make it bigger than a dirt hole. We're gonna make it 3 or 4 inches, you know, and hopefully we'll get something. So here it is. All you do is just get your hole started like I got here, as far as you can. Of course, I like to do this with an auger, but I ain't got one. So you do it a poor man's way does poor, you know, a poor man does poor ways. And so this is the way we're gonna do it. You want that hole at an angle. You don't want it, you know, you want it at an angle, because that's what they would do. And when you're doing coyote sets, you want to wear 2 separate gloves. And this one right here is for my bait. You know, when you do the bait, you want to wear a different glove, because if they smell the bait where you set the trap, they'll dig it up. So they're going to sit on the edge of a field like this, just right off the edge of a field, and find you a good spot, you know, like I said, a mound of dirt or something like that. And then you'll be good. What I like to do is I align the path with sticks. And I start out wide, which is inviting to me anyway. I mean, you know, you can do whatever, but this way works for me. I ain't trying to say it's the best way. I'm trying to say it's my way. So I make the sticks wider where you come in, and then when it gets over here to the trap, I narrow it in so that they have to walk in my trap. In other words, them sticks is gonna, you make it go where you want it to go. And so that hole is right here. You see how it's dug this way. So I'm gonna put my trap about right there. And the reason why is, even though it's not in line, I offsetted it so it would get them coming this way too. You know what I'm saying? So if they came down here, they'd get it. But if they decided to make a loop and come this way, they'd still get them. So, you know, about right here and about that far away from that hole, because they're going to be wanting to dig that bait up. I use Widowmaker for the bait, and you can buy it at F&T Fur Harvest. You don't want any rocks or any sticks on your trail. You want it clean, because they're predators. They don't like stepping on sticks, making noise when they're trying to sneak up on prey. And that is why you clean and get all the leaves off. And it's a constant battle, especially when the leaves ain't all fell, you know, to keep your trail clean. But you got to do it, because, I mean, you know, if you're trapping fox or bobcat, they all like the same. They don't like to be loud and step on sticks and stuff like that. That daggone root right there, man. All right. And I leave a little layer in the bottom, kind of soft, so that my trap will dig in. I keep I dye and I wax every one of my traps, and that helps it hold up better. The wax helps it hold up better in water and in wet soil, dry soil, it don't matter. It helps it hold up better, period, and longer. This right here is the number 3 dogless bridger. And those, I love the bridger traps. They work so good for me. Nothing against Duke, but I don't like Duke traps. I mean, they're okay, but they failed me a lot. And you can buy these little setters like that for these wolf fang anchors. I always like to put it about in the center of the hole. is loose dirt. Get it down there where you about can't see it. And jerk it out in different ways and make sure it hangs. Man, that come out pretty far, but it's hung good, so we're just gonna leave that. All right, now get you some D-rings and put that on the end of your trap. Bridger makes a good chain for theirs too, a real good sturdy chain. And I guess the best thing I like about it is you ain't got to adjust no pan. A lot of times dukes, you know, you got to adjust the pan so that when you open it up and set it, that it's level. But hear that click? And it's always right, man. It's always right. It's always level. And that's what you want. So then I just commenced to putting that right there in the ground. Them are crush-proof swivels right there. Bed it in real good. You don't want dirt up under your pan. And so you need to get you some pan covers. And I don't buy mine just because, you know, I don't feel like waiting for them. So what I do is I get that weed cover. You know, it's about 3 foot long by, God, I don't know, 25 or 50 feet long. And it retards weeds. It keeps weeds from growing up in your flower garden or your regular garden or whatever. And so I use that as a pan cover, which is fine. I mean, it works great. And I tell you, a lot of times you can reuse them because it's so dense material. And so I just get a skill saw. I get the whole roll and I cut that skill saw however wide I want them. And then you've got a bunch of them. And so right there's what they look like. You don't never want to touch anything that you're going to set a coyote with your bare hands. Never. You always put a pair of gloves on. So you put that right there. And that keeps the dirt from going under your pan and keeping it from firing. Which, if y'all have ever had that happen, you know that sucks. And anyway, my sifter is gone. Daggone. I'm gonna have to get me a new one because it's gone. I'm having to keep it to the left because my sifter's messed up, in case you're wondering. You pack it around it real good so that trap don't move on you. We got red clay here, so it packs very good. Sometimes too good, but anyhow, that's what I'm doing now, is just packing around it like that. You want a little bit of a dip. You don't want it the same level as that. I mean, I don't guess it hurt, but my experiences is, around here anyway, that the coyotes like low-lying areas, and I can pretty much vouch for probably anywhere that they like the low-lying areas too. But, so anyway, I just kind of make this low-lying too. It works out great. I'm sure flat wouldn't hurt a thing. Sure, it would be fine, but I just tell you the way I do it. Normally it don't take this long, but anyway, like I said, I need to get a new sifter. I got a bushy doggone haircut right now on account of COVID. You know, when it hit, I ain't had my haircut since, and that's been over a year ago, or right at a year. And I got some more dirt in the back of the truck. I might want some of it. You mind getting it? Other dirt from different places smell like different things, so. Hatchet. All right then. There's that. See that bait box. Bait box. All right, so here's the Widowmaker. You can get it by the gallon jug. It's made from muskrat meat. I just put that down in the hole and shove it back as far as she'll go. I need my other glove. Put your other glove on when you're doing your bait, and you'll be good. All right, then for lure, we're going to use sheep's wool, which I'm about out. And you know, that smells kind of like a farm animal, something they're used to. It calms them down. They're used to a smell like that. And then I'm going to use Hellfire. That's a Dunlap lure. Hellfire, I've had good luck with Hellfire. Very good luck. And that's Dunlap Lures Hellfire Long Call Smear. And boy, I tell you, it does work good, and it's loud. And then I add like a Minnesota Special or a K9 Force or Yodel Dog. You put the wool right behind the bait. Looks like a little cottontail up in there. All right, then your long distance lure, as they call it, I'm going to use Hellfire. And what I do, about out. You see that smear? I just kind of smear it around on the hole. And that gets them very interested. The longer you keep them out of set, the better off you are. The longer you can keep them there interested and digging and what have you, better chance you got to get in the coyote. So then I put some on the end of this stick right here, and I shove it right up above that hole, all the way into the ground, cover it up with dirt, and then they'll, you know, they can smell that. It'll stay right there with it. And then, like I said, I put a little at the inside the hole, and I didn't get a lot a while ago, and so I'm gonna put some on them little roots right there. And then I'm gonna throw that stick and stick it in that hole up in there. Okay, we good to go. Got the lure, got the bait, got the sheep's wool. I mean, it looks just like a cottontail. You wanna come over here and look? You can see that down there is the sheep's wool right there. And it looks like that it's went down and the hind end is sticking out still, okay? But it's hiding. And that's what we want. We want something like that just to keep them busy. I mean, you know, once they realize that ain't nothing, it'll be too late then. All right, then I use coyote urine to cover up my scent where I've been kneeling, and, you know, God knows whatever they smell. They smell them flakes of skin that drops off and it's microscopic or whatever. They can smell that. And then what I do is I take that sifter and I scrape this whole thing out again. Move any roots, like them roots and them leaves down through there and all them little grass clumps that are in the way. I move all that out of the way, chop them out of the way, and then I come back to the last thing. After you set up, I'll put all your stuff back in on your four-wheeler or on your truck or whatever, okay? And then you just spray that urine. Normally I've got a spray bottle and it sprays a fine mist everywhere, and it's better, but anyway, it broke, and so we're just gonna put it in that bottle and just squirt it around. And they're used to that smell, so like I say, it's inviting to them. It makes them curious, and that's what we want. As long as they can stay here, the better off you are. And so I'm gonna take this sifter. And then we're gonna get some sticks. Might as well do that now, I guess. That's a clear path all the way to the field. And then we spray it with urine, and then that's it. So thank you for watching. This is how you do a dirt hole set. Foothills Trapper out.